Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my sunroom here in East Tennessee. It's the middle of August, and I thought I would do a Thanksgiving and Christmas cactus Q&A session with you all. And I'm also going to give you some tips for this time of the year and tell you kind of what's coming up with these plants in the not so distant future. So let's get right into your questions. I'm going to show you how my Thanksgiving cacti are doing today, and also I'll show you an update on my Christmas cactus cuttings. That's very exciting. And our first question is about light. Abby Darn asks, I didn't catch how much light the cactus should have during the day, not in the winter and not while blooming. Okay, in the spring and the summer, they need just the regular normal amount of daylight that you get in your day. Here in East Tennessee, in June, we get around 15 and a half hours of sunlight a day. And then by the middle of September, it's cut drastically because I'm in a temperate climate here. So usually by mid to late September, I'm getting no more than about 12 hours of light. But during the rest of the year, they get just the regular day length of light. Now, if you're growing them under LED lights inside, what I would suggest you do is if you want to give them 13 or 14 hours in the summer of LED light and then cut that back starting the 1st of September to 12 hours, you can do that. But the 12-hour rule doesn't really come into play until September here in East Tennessee, or, if you're living in the deep south, your day lengths are going to be long, usually up until probably November, and then your plant is going to bloom later in the year for you than during the holidays. That's just normal because your day lengths are longer because you're closer to the equator. But during the spring and summer, if you're growing them in your home and you're not using LED lights, just place them around a window and let them soak up as much of the light during the day as they can. Bright, filtered light, like in an eastern-facing window or in a western-facing window that has a sheer curtain up to it so it doesn't scorch the leaves. But during the summer, mine get about 15 and a half hours of sunlight a day. Now, these do have LED lights over them because this is the darker part of my sunroom. And if I don't add the LED lights, they just don't get enough light back here. So these are on 12 hours all year long because they sense that the day lengths are longer in the spring and summer anyway. So that's what I would do if I was going to grow them under LED lights all year round. I would increase the amount of light during the summer and the spring, and then, let's say September 1st, I would reduce it down to 12 hours to let the plant know, hey, it's almost time to bloom. And the next question is from Jen S. 6898. I always used soil made for cactus plants because my local nursery said the Christmas cactus likes to have well-draining soil. But yours do so well and do not appear to be in soil. What type of medium do you use? Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what this one is in. This is my Samba Brazil, and I repotted it last year. And I was reading an article about sand not being so good for the roots of these cacti because sand compacts down. Now, that being said, if you live in an area where you have soil issues, like if you get mold really easy in your area, let's say you live in a very hot, dry climate, maybe a little bit of sand wouldn't hurt anything. Maybe that's the reason why the people at your local nursery said that. But in general, what you're after is something for a tropical type of a cactus. These are not desert cacti. these grow in tropical rainforests. So, they grow in leaf litter and very rich, loose soil, not in sand. So that's the reason why they suggest you not use sand. Plus, it can compact down on your roots, and these roots are very fine and thread-like and delicate. So what I found that I like is this professional organic grower soil mix. And it says it's great for cactus and succulents. It has no sand in it at all. It has just a little bit of perlite, some very, very small perlite. I've also found that I don't want to use chunky perlite because it can compact down in these pots as well. But this is very fine. This is for seedlings, and this is a specific succulent mix, but it has no sand. And what I do is I use 2/3 of this to 1/3 either small or very small orchiata bark. And I just ordered this. This is small orchiata bark. I ordered it from Tessula off of Amazon. And let me show you the size of this bark. This one is very small orchiata bark. This one is small chunk orchiata bark. And I mix 1/3 of that to 2/3 of this. And what that does is it keeps the soil from compacting down. The roots on these are very hair-like. They're almost like little threads, and you don't want things compacting down on them. This helps keep the soil lighter. Also, this is a good source of calcium and magnesium. This is treated with dolomite, and these plants need that calcium and magnesium. I've come to really appreciate the use of calcium and magnesium with my Thanksgiving cacti, my Christmas cacti, because they grow almost like they grow trunks when they get old enough. Let me show you with Big Red what I'm talking about. See how the stems of these look like cork almost. These are the trunks, and it requires a lot of calcium to build this strong structure. And so the dolomite from the orchiata bark greatly helps. It also just helps the soil to keep from compacting down on you too soon. Now, that being said, keep in mind that since these roots are so like thread-like, that your soil, after your cactus has been in its pot for a while, it's going to feel like the soil is just hard. That's just normal because of what the roots do, how they grow. They grow everywhere. They grow up, down, and every which way. And so don't think that just because your soil is hard and you just like repotted maybe 6 months to a year ago, don't think that you need to repot instantly. That's a mistake that I've heard many people make. The soil felt compacted, so they up-potted, and they up-potted too much. You can repot these too often. I only suggest really that you repot these maybe every 2 or 3 years after your initial repotting. Right after you buy your plant and it blooms for you, I highly suggest that you repot it because it's just in that nursery mix that they have, that's usually not the best quality. If you are going to be repotting something small, this is going to be perfect for you. If you're going to be repotting something like Big Red, who is absolutely huge, you're going to be better off using a general potting mix that doesn't have any sand, along with the orchid bark. It's really going to help your plants, and it's going to keep that soil from compacting down on you just too soon. And your plant's going to be happier because the roots are going to be able to breathe better. And I also like to place a layer of the small or extra small bark on the top here. It just looks nice, and it keeps the soil from splashing on the pot. but it just makes the pot look neat, and I think it's a nice little, I don't know, it's a nice little flourish. So that's the reason why it doesn't look like it's in soil, but it actually is. And here are my Christmas cactus cuttings that my friend Patrick sent me that belong to his grandmother. This is an old-fashioned Christmas cactus. It is actually a real live Christmas cactus, and I'm so excited about this plant. And the next question is from Hobbies, etc. What kind of medium are those cuttings planted in? They're planted in the same thing that I showed you in the previous question. It just looks like, see, the bark's on the top, the soil, and the bark is in the pot. And do you see how this has rooted? Roots all over this pot in what, 3 months' time. So I just kept these moist throughout the summer, and look at all of the new segments, how they've grown. I can't wait to see this bloom at Christmas time. It should, because I potted them up in May. So I'm hoping I get some Christmas cactus blooms this year. So excited. And another little note about light. I have these in an eastern facing window, and it has an LED light as well. Just a small one. These are just small little plants and they don't need that much extra, but I thought a little bit of extra LED light isn't going to hurt anything. So this is another really good way to grow your cacti inside. And today is August 12th. So for the rest of this month, I'm going to keep fertilizing until September. And then in September, I'm not going to fertilize these anymore. I've given these plenty of fertilizer through the spring and through the summer. And then in September, they need to kind of start getting the idea it's time to gear up to bloom. Also, you keep watering them the way you have. Keep them well hydrated so that all of these new growths will continue to be hydrated and grow better for you. And also something to keep in mind this time of the year, if your cactus is dusty, dirty, whatever, and it needs a cleanup, it's a good idea to go ahead and clean those up in the sink or in the shower, or if they're outside, just spray them off with a water hose before September. They start kind of taking in less water sometimes in September. That's dependent on your weather. Used to, mine didn't take up that much water in September because we had a very cool month of September. Here recently, they're very, very warm, just like the rest of the summer, so I keep watering them. But depending on where you are, now is a good time to clean them up so that you make sure that you do it before things start changing in your area as far as the seasons changing. So just keep in mind, if you need to get them cleaned up, this is the time. Also, this is not a good time to repot an established plant. Now, if you're propagating a new plant, you can still do that, certainly, throughout the month of August. If you're going to get that done, I'd go ahead and get that done by September as well. But if you have an established plant, I would not suggest that you repot it at this time because it can throw it off its cycle and it won't bloom for you as well. That happened to me one year with both of these plants. I waited until the 1st of September to repot these. It's like 4 years ago, and they just didn't bloom that well. So what I suggest is if you need to repot one, just wait until it stops blooming for you next spring. And that way you're still going to get a really nice bloom show. And at this point, they really don't want to be repotted. And I want to thank everybody who sent me questions for this Q&A. And definitely, if you have other questions, just leave them in the comment section below. And we will get to those in the next Q&A video. I just really enjoy doing these videos. It helps a lot of people, and I've gotten a lot of really good feedback from these videos. Thanks to everyone for liking and hyping my videos. I appreciate all of you so much. Thanks for your comments and your questions. I truly enjoy hearing from all of you. A special thanks to my members. Thank you for supporting me and my channel every month the way that you do. I appreciate all of you. And before I end this video, I'd love to say the blessing over you, your families, and your plants. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. You all make it a great day. We'll talk to you next time.